Hey y'all, it's TxStampin Sharon. Welcome to my class. This is called the Stationery Kit class. It is Monday, July the 7th, and I am live here on YouTube. I'm just going to do some checking to make sure that everything is working. That's always a challenge when you go live. I had some camera issues and monitor issues, and you just never know. So I see me over there. There we go. All right. I have been super excited to teach this class. This is an idea that we did something similar to it. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 28 years, and we did something similar to this probably 25 years ago. And I woke up one morning going, remember that? And so I put this together. I hope that you enjoy it. It makes a great gift. I think you all should make up several of them and have them on hand. As I show you the project, I feel like you are going to really find it easy to make. And so before I even go any further, I do want to give some shout outs. First of all, to Michelle Batson. She is my moderator tonight. She is in the live chat. I didn't get a chance to say hello to her because my monitor wasn't working. Anyway, Michelle helps me if I say a product and you don't know what I'm talking about, you could type the @ and start typing Michelle Batson's name, and then she can help you. If you ask her a question that she doesn't know the answer, she'll tag me towards the end, and then I can answer it, hopefully. I also want to give a shout out, or lots of shout outs, I guess, to everyone who has a Texas logo by their name. You are considered one of my YouTube members, and for that, I do a special class once a month. That class is next Thursday. Oh gosh, I think it is I don't know, I'll have to look. Watch the community tab. I will put the link in there for the video and all of that. Actually, would it be this? Never mind. I'm not even going to rely on my memory right now. Texas has had a hard weekend, and I know that a lot of you gave lots of comments in the live chat, and I do appreciate, everyone in Texas appreciates the thoughts. Our hearts go out to everyone who is hurting. So I am going to rely tonight a lot on Michelle. I'm going to keep my head down. I know that you all understand that it is with a heavy heart that we have here in Texas. But I wanted to do this class. I want to give you all some ideas, and I kind of needed the distraction. So I hope that you feel the same way. I did see tonight when I was looking at the live chat, there's some little crowns by some of y'all's names, and I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? And apparently, y'all are pretty chatty. So YouTube has rolled out a new program that the top 3 who are commenting gets that crown. So the more you talk, you could get that crown tonight during the chat, I guess. I don't know. All right. We are going to not you. I'm going to flip the camera around and first of all show you what fun thing I did to my nails. You all know that I love fun nails. And this one, I just decided I needed a really big distraction today. So I went and got my nails done. I hope that puts a smile on y'all's face. I have everything all ready for this class. When I introduced the project last week, I think, on Mystery Stamping, when I gave you a sneak peek, you requested that I have, let me back up. I will send this tutorial to everyone who orders from my Stampin' Up! Website, $50 or more, during the month of July, okay, July 2025. Those of you who are demonstrators, or those of you who have a demonstrator and you still want the tutorial will go live on my blog in my tutorial store at 8 p.m. Central after the class is over. Well, I might still be teaching the class, but you'll get the gist of it before you can go buy the tutorial. You can find the link to that below this video, okay? All right, so the paper that I opted to use is called the Patternly Perfect. It is so pretty. I will open this up in just a moment. It does come as a collection, and some of the things that you can get in the collection is the stamp set and the dies. I did not use those for this project because I needed more greetings than this. Okay, so I opted to pick up another stamp set called More Messages. There's a lot of greetings in there, and that's exactly what I wanted for my project. This stationery kit box idea is meant to be a gift for you to give to someone. I always know that a lot of us like to start thinking Christmas in July. So now that it's July, you can start making these up for gifts for the holiday season. It does come with this mossy meadow and gold trim, and I did use it on some of my projects. We'll talk more about that. I pulled in the gold, what is this called? Gold mesh, gold weave trim, something like that. Yeah, open weave, sorry. The gold open weave trim. It is really pretty. I needed a wide ribbon for my project. I want to show you the paper really quick. This paper is stunning. And when I show you the actual cards in the box and everything, you're going to see how the paper does all the work for you. And we always love that. Okay. All right. So first side, back side, another pattern. And I will tell you that I saw someone cut this into card size and continued stamping in this white space. So keep that in mind that this is not a waste. Okay, when you start cutting this, you're going to go, wow, that's a lot of white space. No, stamp on it. Okay, unless you're using it for a scrapbook page. Oh, Kate Wright loves my nails. Aren't they pretty? So fun, Kate Wright. I told you today. All right, then this is the back side. There's some more pairs. Faye Meyer says, I need this project to teach my friends and give away. There you go. Here's the back side. And there's so many patterns that go so well together for this project. I honestly think this is my favorite colors. I think because it pulls in so many of the other colors, it's not just the greens and the yellows, but we've got like the strawberry slush, and we've got some blues, and I don't even know what blue that is. Misty Moonlight? I don't know. Oh, I know. It's, what is it, Michelle? The sea, not sea foam. It's the new in color. This is the back side. Here's another pattern. And the back side. This paper is just so pretty. Lots of pairs, lots of pairs, lots of greens. So you just can't go wrong with any of the patterns that you choose to make yours with. This paper is called Painterly Pears. I don't know where they got that name. They didn't ask me. They didn't ask me. All right, let's talk about that. Secret C. Thank you, Debbie. All right, so as you can see, I tied the bow with that big ribbon. And then when you open it up, there are 4, I think I advertised that it only held 3, but 4 note-sized cards, okay? I only put a bow on the front. I wanted to be cautious of the bulk. This ribbon is pretty thin, so you could add more bows to the other ones, okay? Now, these little note card envelopes, Stampin' Up! Used to sell them. We don't sell them anymore. So, I just realized my camera is way off. They don't sell them anymore. I did find some on Amazon, and I put them in my Amazon affiliate store. I do have that link below the video if you need it. Now on that affiliate link, I may earn a very, very small commission, but I must tell you that because that's the rules. Oh my gosh, it's so small, y'all. But it's a way for me to help you if you need them, okay? All right, then there are, see, Mary Coleman, we made this years ago. This also holds 4 regular size cards, okay? And you could do anything you want to the front, but again, you gotta watch the bulk. I did not add any dimensionals, okay? I did decorate my envelopes, and I want to point out to you that I flipped it so that it fit to keep the bulk down, okay? Sandy says, that is beautiful. What a wonderful gift. Carmen says, does your nail color mean something significant? No, I just needed a little bit of sunshine. Just needed a little bit of sunshine today, Carmen. Then the concept is, the reason why I went with more messages is because I die cut them all out and I put them in a baggie. These little bags I have had for years. I think they're like jewelry bags. Again, I added these to my Amazon store if you don't have anything like that. I almost took a Ziploc bag, but even the Ziploc bag was a little bit big, okay? Add a little bow just to dress it up, okay? And then tonight, literally before I was going live, I was like, wait, if I'm giving this as a gift, what are the people going to put this on the card with? So I cut a pack of dimensionals in half, and it fit right there. You might have to add a little note to tell them what to do. Use this to stick on there, okay? Now, let me just pull out a card again. I added this strip today because I thought it needed something to help the sentiments, to help the greetings, okay? Just to give it a little pop. Remember, we are giving this as a gift and the person may not have cardstock, supplies, things like that. So we're just adding this. I didn't cut this to a certain size because, as you can see, these are all different sizes, okay? But this one I love the most because we are all forever friends. There you go. So now that's my idea. Let me show you how we make it. Whoops. Okay, I am going to get my sheet. Now for Inika and those of you who are not in the US, I am giving inches, all of that. You just need to adjust the measurements to fit your card size. And I really feel that you could do that easily, maybe. Sure you can, right? Okay. So I have all my pieces done. Going to get, let's get this on the camera. Okay. So, whoops. Hang on, I'm just not, there we go. My cameras are all wonky tonight. Okay, so my first piece is 10 inches by 6, okay? On the long side, Sarah Kendall, that is a great idea. You could put a book of stamps, especially for a shut-in. That's a great idea. There you go. Well, I'm glad you like this, BJ Thompson. Okay, so on this one, I am simply going to score, excuse me, at 4.5 and 5.5, okay? Now, remember, I have the tutorial that I will give to you for free for everybody who orders from my website. Or for those of you who are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators or have a demonstrator, I am going to sell just the tutorial. It will go live at 8 p.m. Central tonight. Okay, so then this piece is 7 inches and it is by 5.5, okay? On this one, on the long side, I'm going to score it at 1/2. And then I'm going to score it at 6 3/4. Then I'm going to turn it, and on the short side, I am going to score it at 2.5. Yep. I have to look at my list of my measurements because there's a lot of scoring, okay? All right. I am getting my other piece. This one is 4.5 by 3.25. And on this one, on the long side, I am scoring at 2 and 2.5. Then I'm going to turn it, and on the short side, I am doing 1/2, carefully, and 2 3/4. So are you seeing a pattern here? Let me bring this one in. I have a 1/2 inch. Whoops. I have a 1/2 inch on each of these sides. Are y'all seeing that? Okay. All right. Now I have one more piece that we're going to do some scoring. This one, this one is a little tricky. I have made a mistake with it today when I was remaking this again. And I just want you to know that if you make a mistake on this piece is 4.5 by 4.25. It's just a skosh different. It's still okay. There's no such thing as a mistake. It's fine. Okay? All right. So on this one, on all the other ones I told you on the long side, on this one, we're going to do it on the short side. Okay? On the short side, I want it to be, there's my 1/2. Whoops. I do that every time. Oops. I switched that around. 1/2. And then I want it to be 3 3/4. Yes, 3 3/4 because that's a 1/2. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it on the long side and I'm going to do 2 and 2.5. When I did it earlier, I'm going to pull that out because when we get to that part, I'm going to show you the difference. So if you mess up, there's no such thing as a mistake. All right, that's all the scoring. Now what we want to do is get our bone folder. And we are going to give everything a good crease. Carmen is asking about the summer retreat. The Creative 8 retreat is July 25th and 26th. You can still register over on my blog. I am so excited about one of my projects. Y'all have got to come. You got to see it. Okay, I am just going to take and score on all of my score lines. Score on all my score lines. Use the bone folder on all my score lines. Yeah, we have pre-retreat challenges. Nancy Charney is saying that she's working on hers. Today was the second, this is our second week of pre-retreat challenges. And so those are, I'm so impressed with what you guys do and share in the optional Facebook group. You don't have to be on Facebook. The retreat is held on YouTube. And if you miss one of the lives, you can watch the replay. Oh, I didn't see who that was. Somebody loves this week's challenge. Okay, so one more. Whoops. Okay, now I'm going to get my snips, and we're going to take off some of the bulk here. Okay, I am going to cut there, and I'm just going to miter that just a little bit. Whoops. Let me try that again. There we go. I'm going to cut and miter so it looks like that. We're just taking off some of the bulk. We're going to do that on all pieces. And we're only doing it on that 1/2 inch this way. Okay. Miss Mallory says, I can't wait for this retreat. I've already signed up. I'm so glad. I am so glad. It's going to be fun. We have been doing this for many, many years now, and I think they each get better. I don't know how, but I think they do. So this is the tedious part, if you would. Not hard, but the tedious part. Oh, Lori, I saw your comment that you've been making paper flowers. That's too funny. Those are the flowers that were in the YouTube members class, right? Is that the flowers you're making? Okay, last one. Oh, it's Dee's 7th retreat. And that's the thing. So many of you go to one and you come back for the other ones. Okay, next thing we're going to do on these 3 pieces is we're going to add some tear and tape. Aw, thank you, Carmen. That's so sweet. She said we do an amazing job. I love all of the projects that I did for this retreat. You know, I feel like we have to stretch ourselves just a little bit to give you guys something new and fresh and all of that. So I think I did a good job this time. You tell me, Carmen, after it's over with, you tell me if I did. All right, so I'm just putting tear and tape on 2 of the panels. Did I think about making the wreath? Oh, the wreath. I did think about making the wreath for the YouTube channel, and y'all, it takes several hours to make a wreath for the door and all of that, and I just didn't, and I did a poll. I wanted to see the majority of the people really didn't want a wreath. So I may do something like, because I need to make a new wreath. I bought some flowers, so I want to make a wreath, and I may do like a private little video for you guys, but I would have to speed it up because it takes a long time to make one. Okay. All right, just gonna burnish this. I need to trim that off just a little bit. Okay. All right, we're going to put the first one together, or the big one together first. And I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. Whoops. Remove the backing. You know, sometimes I look at something and I go, wow, that doesn't look the same. It is. I'm okay. I'm okay. I cut it right. So I'm going to tuck this little piece in, okay? And then I'm going to fold the sticky side down. Y'all see that? Where I'm just catching that. See that right there? Like a little hinge. And then I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to line it up. There's been a couple of these that I made that it was off just a skosh. It's fine. Don't stress. Remember my rules, y'all. No stress. Okay, so once again, tuck that in, fold that down, Bring this in, match it up. Then I took my bone folder and I went inside and gave it a good rub, kind of burnishing it. Michelle says it feels like she's already in the retreat because she's been making several of the cards today. That's funny. All right, so here's another little, I'm calling these pockets. Didn't I call them pockets? I did. You don't know what my notes say, but I did. I called them pockets. So we're going to tuck that, fold that, push that down, tuck that, fold that. Y'all are going to be saying that in your sleep. Tuck that, fold that. Give it a little burnish. Make sure it's good and stuck. Okay, last one. Okay, come on. Okay. Leanne says I make it look so easy, but me and boxes don't get along. All right, Leanne, watch me one more time. We're going to tuck that, fold that. See how we hinged it? We're going to hold it straight. And we're going to bring this one over and line it up. See how I'm just a skosh off? I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. No one's ever going to know. Well, y'all will, but you won't tell, right? Okay, we're going to tuck it. We're going to fold it. So, Leanne, I want you to try this. And then fold it over. There we go. All right, so now we have our 3 pockets. Tuck and fold. It sounds like me when I put on my jeans. Oh, Sandy, I needed that laugh. Tuck and fold. Okay. All right, so is this the one? I was trying to see if this is, see, I made other ones today. I was trying to find, oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. This is the one that was the 4 by 4¼ by 4½. And I said that if you messed up, it was okay and all of that. So you see the seam? You see the seam? Whoops. You see the, the edge? I want that face down. Same with this one and this one. I want those face down. Okay, that's the key. Now, in my tutorial, I show you how to put the box together. And I put tear and tape everywhere so that you would see. But I really feel that the liquid glue is better for this project. Use both. Let's just make sure it doesn't fall apart. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to add liquid glue to this one, and I'm just going to line it up with the bottom. And you've got room. You don't have to go clear to the side. It can just be centered however you want. Okay. Now here is our cover. Okay. So we're going to be sticking this in here as well. The liquid glue allows you to really, to really make sure it's centered. You could make this a ½ inch wider if you wanted to. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. I am very carefully going to turn this over and add liquid glue. Probably should have put this one in first. That's okay. And there you have it. It's our little stationery box. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. While that dries, we're going to make our very simple cards. I have got 4 card bases. That is all Mossy Meadow. I could have changed it up and done different colors. I want this to be simple for y'all so that you make multiples of them and have them ready for gifts. Okay. All right. So, whoops. Got all my pieces of Designer Series paper. I did 2 different patterns. Okay. And just going to add them on. Okay. Make these as fancy as you want. Okay. You don't have to keep them plain, but I think the paper is gorgeous. And Sarah Kendall likes my paper choices. I do too. I mean, I just think it does the project perfectly. Don't you, Sarah? Again, the only thing I caution you on is don't put too many layers, okay? Because otherwise you won't be able to get 4 in there. You'll only be able to get maybe 3, all right? And we want this to be a nice gift. Okay, I just cut some strips. I think they were like 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm gonna add those on with some liquid glue. I got my pear paper. That was just magic, Inika. I knew you were getting it, so I picked that for this project. I think on my other one, I moved this around. You could put this wherever you want, okay? Just wherever you feel like putting that strip. And again, you don't have to put the strip, but I felt like the words just kind of got lost if I didn't. So it's up to you. Roxanne, it is gorgeous. It's so unique. We haven't had pairs like that. We've had pear stamp sets, but we haven't had any pear paper. So Patternly Pear is what this is called. Now, I'm at 30 minutes. I've done what I've shown you what I have in 30 minutes. So once you get your paper cut, the assembly part is super simple. So I think you guys could create quite a few of these out. I'm just saying. All right. Then I have some 3x3s that I did. Okay, so this is just like 6 inches scored in half. I've got some paper. Already cut. Uh-oh, is that pear upside down? It is. Hold on. Y'all know I got some hot air. My pear was upside down. Can't have that. Okay. Painterly means artistic. Well, thank you, Inika. I did not know that. Artistic pears. I like that. All right, let's see. Oh, we don't have any pears on that one. These little note cards could be, like, you could have a couple of them made up and like leave for a waitress with a tip or something like that. I just think that's kind of a sweet idea. And again, we're going to mix it up. I cut too many, but that's okay. We'll use this one. It is so pretty, isn't it? Okay, now back to this concept. I decided that was too much. That was too much. I decided that I was okay with this on the smaller piece. You may change your mind and add it, but I just thought it was too much. It just covers up the DSP, right? So I didn't do it. All right, I do have some basic white to put on the inside. Whoops. Who can just see themselves making these for gifts? What a way to kick off Christmas in July than making some gifts. These would be great for teachers, for friends, family. Let me know in the live chat what you think you would do with these. Or will you even make them? Y'all gonna make these? Oh, hi, Erica. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, you got to go back to the beginning, my friend. All of my videos stay here on YouTube. You can find it, find the replay link, and check it out. This is a fun. Sarah says me, me, me. Cindy says me. Debbie says me. There you go. Donna says me. There we go. Y'all are going to be making them. Now, if you make these, I want to see what you make. Post them in our video. Post them in our video. I wish you could. Post, Jody says not her cup of tea. That's okay, Jody. That's okay. Well, Jody, I hope at least I gave you a peek at all of these pretty products and maybe inspired you in some other way other than giving it as a gift. Okay. Natalie says, I will make these for sure. I could be stamping on these, but I decided not to because we don't know what greeting is going to go on the outside. But if you have something you want to stamp on the inside, I also did not add embellishments. I felt like the paper didn't need it. I mean, you could maybe add embellishments to that layer. Donna says, for my DAR sisters. Yay! You already know who you're going to give it to. Okay, so we got all that. We got all that. Oh, the envelopes. Let's talk about that. I did do 2.5 by 6 for the envelopes. I did not cut it for the 3 by 3s. I thought, nah, that's too little. You could if you wanted to. Add a little bit of adhesive, add a little bit of designer series paper. Debbie, the paper is the best embellishment. You're right. It really is. The paper's just so pretty. Oh, Cindy Wagner is going to send it to her cousin. That went so fast, I couldn't see, Cindy, what you said. But I love that you guys have in mind what you could do with this and who you would give it to. You don't have to wait till Christmas. You know that, right? You don't have to wait till Christmas. So the instructions to this, I'll just say it one more time for those who came in a little bit after I started, that the instructions will be available to everyone who places a $50 or more order on my Stampin' Up website. That link is below. I also will have it on in my tutorial store of my blog, and I believe that link is below too. If not, I will make sure it is. I need to scroll back and see what you guys are talking about. I know, I hate that. It's like, I want to get this project. I didn't know how long it would take me to teach you. And I didn't want you to think, oh my gosh, she's still talking and it's 2 hours later. So I told Michelle, she's pretty much got the wheel tonight because I was going to kind of keep my head down. There's a lot of moving parts to this, but they're not hard moving parts. Just wanted to make sure that I got it all done for y'all. So I'm just trimming off the excess. I use liquid glue because I know in the past I just used seal on my flap, and when it goes through the post office machine, sometimes that catches, so I would use liquid glue. Sandy says, I think the decorated envelopes add so much to the card. I do too, Sandy, you're right. Okay, so remember I said that when I put it in the thing, I alternated it so it would keep the bulk down. Okay, all right, so we got that. Let's bring this in. I was pretty proud of myself when I came up with this concept. Not this per se, but my thought was, how do I attach the ribbon? I didn't want the ribbon to be separated from the box, and I wanted the ribbon to tie it to keep it closed, right? So here's what I did. The ribbon, I think it takes about 36 inches, okay? So what you're gonna do, this mesh does kind of catch on itself. We're gonna close this up, move that out of the way. We're going to lay our ribbon out. And we're going to go ahead and tie it. Oh, I think I got too big of a piece. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and tie it how we want it to be on the box. All right? You'll understand what I mean in just a minute. Yeah, I got way too much. Maybe you need less than 36 inches. I think that's what I put on the tutorial. Okay. Oh yeah, I got way too much. Okay, we don't need all that. We're going to cut it off. Not too much. I did pretty good. Okay. So we're just going to keep that there for right now, all right? How do you get to the links below? You click the show more under the video itself, not in the live chat, but under the video itself. What a great question. All right, so we got our bow. Cut off just a little bit more. So maybe about 30 inches. All right, so then I took the piece of cardstock. This is the Mossy Meadow. And I kind of added a lot of adhesive. I'm using Seal Plus, which is pretty strong. This ribbon is really thin. All right, so I'm going to move the tail out of the way. And I'm just going to add this on the bottom, like that. Okay, then we're going to add the DSP. To that. Okay. Now, I'm going to untie the bow. Chris says she's not a big ribbon fan, but she really likes that ribbon and how you tied it to the, tied it on the box. Hang on, Chris. You're fixing to watch me do something that's going to blow your mind. This was just, you know, sometimes you do something, you go, huh, wow, that worked out. Okay. So then I have another piece of Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to kind of tuck it into that other layer. Hold on, let me get some adhesive on there. I'm going to use some liquid glue because I need to do a little bit of wiggling. But you don't want it to ooze out because it might catch your ribbon, and we don't want that, okay? So now I'm going to open this up. I'm just coming in and I'm tucking it under that other seam. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Under that other layer. A little bit of glue on my hands. The link doesn't work until 8 p.m. Central. After that, I'm done. Sherry. I knew y'all would try to go while I'm doing this. All right. So do you see what I did? That's how I caught the ribbon. What do you think, Chris? What do you think, Christina? Did I do good? Now, I also want to show, oh wait, here, let's do this first. Let's go ahead and add our designer series paper. Okay. And just kind of centering that. Whoops. Right there. Okay, giving everything a good rub. So I want to point out the ribbon. Look how much longer this piece is than this piece. That's why we want to tie it on before. You'll see the length difference. We want to tie it on before we cut and all of that so that we have it just right. Does that make sense? She loves it. She loves it. Yay, I'm so glad. Okay, let's put everything in. We've got our, so you can see how everything is on the side. Okay. Oh, my envelopes. I cheated in the sense that I still had some Stampin' Up envelopes. I never got rid of them. So I still had some. But remember, I did add those. I added some to my Amazon store if you need those. That link is below the video. Okay. So there's that. And I did do some, so let's talk about this. I thought, you know what? What if I gave them some bows to add to the cards? But here's the challenge. I would use either liquid glue, which I'm not going to give them a whole thing of liquid glue. What if I put glue dots? Well, I couldn't do that either unless I put them on the cards. So I tied up a few bows and I thought, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Where's my glue dots? Let's just add some glue dots to some of the cards. Like this one. And this one. Okay. Now I stamped and die cut out ahead of time the more messages. If you don't have this stamp set, you could certainly stamp and cut out your own. You would not have to use this, but I really liked this concept because they really get a variety of what to choose, what they need. There's a birthday, there's a congratulation, there's thank you, a friend card, time to celebrate. So lots of choices in there. So here are my, I die cut them out and I put them in the little bag. I like the concept of a sealable bag for them to be able to use, right? We don't want them to lose what they, the rest of the embellishments. They could even put embellishments on the inside. Just thought about that. All right, so I'm trying to get this, hang on. More messages and makes it so easy. And again, this whole gift idea was to make it easy to give. All right, so I'm just kind of bunching that up. Oh, got my pack of dimensionals that I'm going to give them. I just realized something. I forgot to cut my designer series paper. Oh, well, maybe I'll just use these extra pieces. Nope, that's too small. All right, it doesn't matter. You all understand. I'll show you what my other one looks like. I did put it in the instructions as an optional thing because I thought you might not want to put designer series paper there. So, there we go. Well, I needed that to happen today too. There we go. You can make the glue dots that come with the paper if you have some extra paper pumpkins. Thought about that too, but most people may not have that. So, I don't know. You guys get creative. You tell me how to do it. How to add. I mean, I could put bows on some of the other cards. That ribbon is really thin, and I think it would be fine. I don't think it would be too bulky. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll show you in just a second. I was like, wait, I was going to show you something. I'll show you on the other one. Whoops. And you know what, Christina, it took me a long time to use this ribbon, but this to me was the perfect project to use it on. All right, so let me show you this one where I did add designer series paper right there. Okay, so that is it. I'm pretty impressed that I taught the whole class in less than an hour. I can just see y'all getting more creative with your cards and all of that. Just keep in mind what I said about the bulk because we don't want it bulging, right? That would be funny. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, if you're watching the replay, please feel free to leave a comment below. Share this idea with your crafty friends. They might want to make some of these for the holidays or for gifts, birthday gifts. I gave a card holder, not this one, but to somebody recently for their birthday. They loved it. It's something different, especially for those who are not card makers. They think, oh, did you make that? And you go, I did. I sure did. I sure did. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. This was a fun project. I was super excited to share it with you. And I can't wait to see you guys next Monday for mystery stamping. And then those of you who are my YouTube members, I will post the link of the video and what the date is for the next class. So let me just scroll back through really quick to make sure I didn't miss anything from Renee. Renee, I think I saw Renee's name on here. Carmen is saying here of any ways we can help those in need. I have put out some feelers, Carmen. If there's any way that card makers can do like a card shower for those who have lost homes and things like that, I will certainly let you know. I'm so glad you love it. Great class. Thank you. I'm looking for Michelle. Polly says, what an awesome gift. Love, love, love. Great project. Yay, you guys love it. Okay, I don't see anything from Michelle, so she must have taken care of y'all. She always does a good job, doesn't she? So, all right, guys, have a good one. Thank you so much. Happy stamping, y'all. Bye.